This is a synchronous material for the true story of Billy, Edward Albert Meier. The Search for the Truth, based on Jimmy Chen's original work. In addition to Figu's copyright photos and images, some auxiliary photos and images from third parties are also used in this video. It should be stated that they are only used to express the meaning of the content but not for business profit. Please find a comprehensive list of all photos and images used and their source info at the end. In order to control the duration of this material, the display of each page was set to about 10s. Please use your pause button if necessary. Thank you. The True Story of Billy Edward Albert Meier. The Search for the Truth, based on Jimmy Chen's original work.
The contactee. Billy Edward Albert Meier.
Billy Edward Albert Meier was born on February 3, 1937 in Bülow, Switzerland. He was the second of 7 children and his father was a shoemaker. From the age of 5, he began a series of contacts with the extraterrestrial visitors who claimed to have come from the Pleiades star cluster. During the contacts, he was conveyed important information regarding the state of our planet and was also taught by them in various fields to prepare him for his eventual mission as a teacher and proclaimer of the truth. During his youth, he traveled through many countries and learned the trades of many different types of jobs, and was eventually given the nickname Billy since his cowboy-style attire at that time resembled that of Billy the Kid. During his later years until now 2020, he resides at the Sim Yase, Silver Star Center in Hinterschmadridi, Switzerland, where he has written many books detailing the information conveyed to him, as well as many topics including the evolution of our universe creation, and the teaching of the truth, the teaching of the Spirit, the teaching of the life.
The Pleiades star cluster.
According to Billy, the extraterrestrials come from the Plejaren planets located approximately 80 light-years beyond the Pleiades star system in a slightly shifted time. The Plejaren look just like us, with the exception of a slightly longer earlobe. They prohibit themselves from being seen publicly by human beings for their own security and for the same reason. Also do not allow pictures of themselves to be taken, with the exception of their beam ships for the purpose of providing evidence of their visit.
Contact time with Billy. 1942 to 1953 first visitor. Svath, father of Ptah. Contact time with Billy. 1953 to 1964 and also on February 3, 2004. The second visitor, Asket from the DAL universe. Contact time with Billy. January 28, 1975 to February 3, 1984, and also on February 3, 2004. The third visitor, Sim Yase, daughter of Ptah. Contact time with Billy. June 27, 1975 to present the fourth visitor, Quetzal. Contact time with Billy. July 17, 1975 to present the fifth visitor, Ta.
Florina is a young Plejaren woman whose name means one that is blooming. At the time she first contacted Ad in 1995, she was 163 years old. Contact time with Billy. November 1, 1995 to present another visitor, Florina.
Plejaren alphabet.
The Plejaren language is called Sarat, whose alphabet contains 24 characters. These characters are used today by Plejaren and are only 11,000 years old. They took them over at the time their ancestors lived on Earth. Nymphosaurus from Future of Mankind. Their old characters were very much more complicated, while these are very simple by comparison. The language system was developed by several Plejaren scientists who were on Earth at those earlier times, who used constellations as seen from Earth as templates. They connected certain constellations with lines and obtained the character shapes as a result. Small circles and lines, being that the circles represent stars and the lines which connect them. Their primary reason for their visits is to provide urgent information that will help us to prevent major catastrophic events that would occur should we fail to heed the messages.
The urgent message. Overpopulation.
The message: our world has come to a critical point of development where we have either the means to completely destroy our own home planet or become more rational and peaceful so that we can continue to develop to become a harmonic, peaceful and loving civilization capable of space travel ourselves. The main issues we face today are overpopulation, 9,060,794,141 on the 31st of December 2019 mid-right CET, and the resulting pollution, unnatural climate change, destruction of the environment, exploitation and dwindling of natural resources, and in turn, the fight for resources, escalating into wars, etc. Combined with our unbridled materialism, the one-sided technological development and greed for might, we have missed the true sense of life and are on a dangerous trajectory towards our own destruction. According to Billy and the extraterrestrials, the symbol we currently use for peace left is upside down and actually represents death with the branches of a tree pointing downward. This has a very strong subconscious effect on us, which has exactly the opposite effect of peace, namely death, war, and destruction. Thus, they urgently convey this information to us with regard to the true peace symbol below, so that we can mitigate, or in the best case, prevent the upcoming disasters we have created for ourselves through overpopulation, according to the resulting unrest, pollution, the religions of Earth as they are now are a very negative influence which pushes us towards enslavement, exploitation and irrational thinking which makes us incapable of recognizing the truth in our. Furthermore, various religions can actually be traced back to other groups of extraterrestrials who came to the Earth in ancient times and presented themselves as gods, subjugating the population under their will. Billy Meier interview, November 20th, 1988. 6th question tilde. It is faith that can never be proven as true, and one which contradicts all the truthful and logical foundations of the creative laws and recommendations, and also defies intelligence. To this day we have been under the spell of religious irrational teachings which only brings death and destruction. Since the dawning of the new millennium, much progress has been made with respect to technology, standard of living, medicine, etc., which have allowed us to unshackle ourselves from the region's influences more and more. However, our unbridled overpopulation and materialism still pushes us towards a dangerous trajectory. Should we decide to turn towards the better, we first need to completely unshackle ourselves from religious influences so that we can think rationally and recognize the real main problems we have on our planet.
The genuine evidence. Plejaren's contact with Billy is still ongoing.
With an important message, the extraterrestrials know that evidence would be needed in order to support the genuineness of their contacts. For this, they have provided Billy with the opportunity to take hundreds of very clear photographs of their beamships. From around 1975 to 1981, Billy published a very large album of photographs of the spaceships which were featured in various newspapers and magazines around the world. All of this was done prior to the advancing computer technology, so that it was not possible for Billy to be accused of fraud by using computer photo processors to fake the photographs. In addition to the photographic evidence, Billy also took videos and sound recordings of the spaceships, and as well, material evidence was given to him which were all examined by various experts in their respective fields at that time, including metallurgist specialists, IBM chemists, photographic analysis specialists, government military contracted sound engineers, etc., whose findings all supported the authenticity of the case. See documentary Contact, 1987.
Predictions and prophecies. The Great San Francisco Earthquake Image from Geo Magazine Sept. 1977.
Within the information provided by Billy, there are also often prophetic and predictive information conveyed to him, such as data about the planets in our solar system, upcoming natural disasters, asteroids threatening our planet, new technological inventions, possible geopolitical conflicts, etc.
Rings of Jupiter. Canary Island mega tsunami. Apophis asteroid year 2029 and 2036. The First Gulf War.
These are meant to forewarn and prepare us of the Comerg events. Many of these have already come to pass and more are yet to transpire. These can also be used to gauge the authenticity of the case, much of which are already published in books well before the discovery or occurrence of the predicted data or event.
Reception and criticism. Sim Yase, Silver Star Center.
Billy's experience throughout the years has shown that conveying such profound messages to the population of Earth requiring such drastic changes is not well received. Sadly, to this day he has endured a reported 20-plus assassination attempts on his life. According to the investigations by the extraterrestrials, there are those who wish to silence Billy and cover up the information that he provides. There are also abundantly those who do not accept the message and depict his evidence as fraud and himself as a guru master, New Age sect, etc., profiting from his endeavors. However, due to the importance of the information, and despite the critical reception and untrue accusations, Billy continues to selflessly fulfill his task with honesty to help the humanity of the world slowly realize the truth of our world, life, and the universe, so that it is possible for us to find a better future for ourselves. To this day, he has founded the Free Community of Interests Universal Phi Gu, not-for-profit organization which is dedicated to the preservation and dissemination of information with tremendous impact to our present understanding. It is not surprising to see the critical response, and it is naturally up to each individual to decide whether they are willing to rationally take a closer look at the information or simply disregard it and walk away. However, according to the information, there will unfortunately nevertheless be a wake-up call at some point from the upcoming future events we have evoked the warnings for ourselves, of these messages in the form of natural disasters, future ahead, epidemics, or if we choose to acknowledge them and change accordingly, is that the brighter future will be ours.
Flying Plejaren beamships.
Why do the extraterrestrials not just show themselves to us publicly so that we can recognize their existence for sure? The reason why they do not just publicly show themselves to us is because of a directive that they have within their civilization which prohibits them from making direct public contact with lower, still developing civilizations such as ours. From their experience, direct contact with civilizations such as ours which are not yet capable of coping with the contact leads to negative consequences like social-related unrest due to the disruption of established orders, for example, government destabilization, veneration of the extraterrestrials as gods, desire to acquire their technology and leading to misuse of technology, etc.
How do we know that all this is real and not a hoax?
As mentioned earlier, the free will and thinking of the human beings need to be preserved at all times, and so it is up to each individual to decide whether this case is a hoax or real. There are no doubt many skeptics out there who have painted a bad picture for the case and portrayed it as a hoax. However, one should not just blindly accept what they see, and so the other side of the picture needs to be examined as well to get a well-rounded picture. For example, is it really possible for Billy to have faked the photographs back in 1975 during pre-Photoshop days and by using models to produce such clear and abundant potent A's that had passed the EEE analysis done back then? By examining the case and evidence closely, one can then draw a well-rounded conclusion as to whether this case is real or not.
Why is
One
Billy
of the
the only
reasons for this can be
contactee?
found in the non-interference clause mentioned earlier. Thus, they only provide information to single individuals who then act as a messenger to the rest of humanity, or by sending development-aiding impulses to individuals without them knowing. For example, to our scientists to help advance in technology, medicine, etc., or filmmakers to give inspirations. There are actually many things we have yet to discover regarding life and existence in our universe, and the history of Billy Edward Albert Meier actually traces back millions of years according to the information. Given that we eventually discover and acknowledge the existence of the human spirit form, which is existent in all of us individually, and reincarnates and gains experiences through many lifetimes. For this reason, he is most experienced and suitable for the contact which actually requires tremendous amounts of effort and energy
can I
with
do to
not
help?
much to gain in terms of fame and fortune. One of the main ways a person can help with the cause is to become informed about the real state of our world through the information provided. By becoming informed, one then has the ability to see the real dangers that lurk in our world, and thus choose the appropriate actions to take. For example, to live a better lifestyle that contributes to the well-being of the world, and thus provide the fellow human beings with the opportunity to change themselves, since it is actually not possible to change another human being through coercion, but only possible by providing information when appropriate in an instructive, helping and loving manner, and by being a good example. The core of the information actually lies in the evolution of the human being, and his or her consciousness and spirit form, and thus the evolution is the factor that cannot be coerced, but can only come naturally by preserving the free thinking and free will of the human being. In this manner the truth will slowly grow like a snowball rolling down a hill that becomes bigger and bigger until peace, love, freedom and harmony prevail on this world.
For more information, please visit figu.org.
And there shall be peace on earth.
Thanks to Beam Billy
Mentor,
Edward Albert Meier,
Scott Baxter,
Core Group 49,
Producer,
and all those FIGU
Salome
groups and
team,
individuals who are committed to the
version,
silent revolution
update
of truth.
at 2020, 7/23.
Voices done by Solon Hinson.
List of all photos and images. List of all background music. Thank you for watching.